Hello again, welcome back. In this video we're going to be taking a stroll along Paphos Harbour on Paphos Promenade, and we're going to be taking in some of the local sites. One of the first ones is this one here, the little Fisherman, quite a well-known statue in Paphos if you've ever been. Many a photograph been taken here. So we're going to be taking in the sea, or the Mediterranean Sea, the sights, the promenade, all the restaurants, and then up towards the castle. As you can see, pretty nice scenery there. Now this is the promenade where we're walking towards now, with the little hotels and bars scattered along the length of it, and then you walk up along the coastal promenade and then up towards the castle. So it's a pretty pleasant walk, generally about 15-20 minutes or so. Now Paphos is quite large, there's a lot of different parts to it. You've got Kato Paphos, which is all the shops. You've got King's Mall, which is an indoor shopping centre, that's pretty large as well. We won't be covering it in this video, but we will be doing it in a later one. And also you've got the ancient castle and also the archaeological site. So that is all concentrated in Paphos, so if you are coming here for the first time, there's quite a lot to do. But in this video we're just going to be concentrating walking along the promenade, a leisurely stroll, and taking in the sights. Now when we filmed this, it was I think April time, so it's just getting into the sort of hot season, but as you can see everyone's out and about in shorts and it's clear blue skies, so it's like a nice summer's day back home, pretty warm but not too hot, very comfortable for walking, so up to around about 25 degrees I think it was on the day we done this, so very pleasant, very light winds. The best time to come to Paphos, I think, is around March or April, and then again around about October. September, October, November's probably getting a bit too cold, and it does get fairly quiet. A lot of places shut down, but April is ideal. Not too hot, but very pleasant. So we're just walking past the wooden pub. I've not been in this one, but a lot of them have happy hours. And here, today's soup is beer. Well, there you go. You can't complain there. So along the harbour you've got the little shops, a few boutiques and a lot of the stuff selling hats, sunglasses, that sort of stuff. There's always plenty of those, all mixed in with your restaurants. Now it does have a lot of history, Paphos. Before it was a tourist destination, it was a fishing town or fishing port, and it's still like that today, parts of it. And also you get a lot of excursions and tours coming from this part of the harbour. There's a lot of people coming up to you trying to sell you one. Some of them are pretty good, worth doing. I've done a couple of them in the past, they were all okay. Just touring along the harbour, especially at night time as the sun sets. Very nice. Now also you've got the central station, so all the buses go from here to different parts of Cyprus, Limassol, Nicosia, which is the capital, the divided capital. I have been there before. Maybe I'll do that in a later video. So you've got Nicosia, Larnaca, Limassol, they're probably the main ones. It also covers Aphrodite Water Park, Coral Bay and the King's Mall, which I mentioned earlier. Now the King's Mall does have a lot of shops in it. That's a video on its own, so we will do that later on in this series. But today, as I say, we're just going to stroll along the waterfront. There's a couple of the guys there trying to get you into their restaurants. They're not too pushy, I find, in Paphos. Some places you go, they're virtually following you down the road trying to get you in, but here they'll sort of ask you or try and coax you in, should I say, as he is there. But you can carry on walking, they're not going to hassle you too much. But there's some nice ones there, all reasonably priced for a bit of lunch and a cold drink. And in the distance there, that's up where the castle is, which we're walking towards. But on the seafront, some lovely restaurants along here. Now the actual castle where we'll be walking towards, it's got a lot of history as well. It was originally built as a Byzantine or Byzantine fortress, but it now serves as a cultural venue, hosting events and concerts and such like. But we'll have a look up towards there as we go along. And we've also got Kato Paphos, the archaeological park. And it's been chosen as a UNESCO, is that how you pronounce it? World Heritage Site. And it's got notable sites such as the Odeon Amphitheatre and the House of Dionysus. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what I'm reading off my notes here. And also the statues, which we mentioned earlier, the little Fisherman, which was the introduction to the video. And then there's another one up by the castle called Sol Ulsa. That's near the castle. So if you are looking for a bit of retail therapy, there are quite a lot of shops along the harbour here. This little stretch here is not so many, but as we started the video, there's quite a few there, and then as we walk up towards the castle, there's a few more. So you've got local handicrafts, souvenirs and gifts. And there's also some traditional products like pottery, lace and olive oil, as well as clothing and accessories. So it has got quite a lot packed into just a few square miles really, Paphos, but it's good and well worth visiting. Now you do find a lot of people along the harbour here go for a swim in the morning. Some of the older Cypriots go for a swim every day, they say here. I've done it myself, it's really nice, even in April, not too cold. And they have showers there as well, so you can take a shower once you come out, and you can just sit on a bench, dry off and then go for a stroll. So it's all good. There's a little statue there. I think it's made out of wood in that one. Made out of wood, should I say. I couldn't read the inscription on it. Someone will probably know what it is, can tell me in the comments. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of restaurants up this end as well. On both sides, and as I say, they try and get you to come in, have a bit of lunch and a drink, but they don't hassle you too much. All very civilised, but there's some nice seafood ones here. One of the most famous ones is this Pelican one here. With the famous Pelican. There used to be two of them. I remember coming here, there was two, now there's only one. Pink Pelican. Just grooming himself there. It's making some funny noises there. That's his stretch. But very nice, as you can see. So if you want to just sit down, take in the sights, there's some lovely restaurants along this stretch. Great way to spend a morning or an afternoon or even an evening. A slight breeze there, you can see blowing the canopies, but very nice. So just getting to the top of it now, and you can see the boats there on the left, and that's the castle at the top there. Now it's quite well worth a visit, I think, the castle. I think it's a couple of euros to get in, or sometimes it's free, sometimes in the daytime I think you can just walk in and have a look around. Well worth a visit if you're here. As you can see, it's got a little bridge going across to the castle, but we're not going to cover it in this video. We're just going to walk up to the castle along the promenade. But as you can see, there's some lovely restaurants there. Take your pick. You can always read reviews before you go. There's many famous ones, Steve's being one of them. A lot of people mention that. And there's the other statue there as well, just coming out of the water. So we won't cover the castle in this video, but we will have a look around it in a later one. But as always, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.